How do scientists really study sleep and memory? Hi, I'm biomedical engineer Tom Smoot, and I looked at this headline recently. Just to recap, there's recent research that says you might see more bad memories when you're tired. I looked at it in a previous video where I described fMRI as the equivalent of taking a fuzzy picture, like the aperture of a camera lens is open too long. I wanted to come back online and say that fMRI is reliable. There are other studies around that can confirm a connection to sleep and memory too. But let's see how these researchers used fMRI, since EEG is another popular sleep study tool. They're looking at larger volumes in the brain to see where the activity is happening. And that's going to bring us back to one of the other figures. I'm going to go right back to that. If we zoom in on figure 1 right here, you can see that there's blocks of time scheduled in that bar at the top. So you can see in the evening there was an ECG. In the morning there was another ECG. There was a TNT assessment, the cards they were showing, the learning, the function of the functional MRI happened before the little green block. The green block was the radiological scan, the MRI, the actual taking of the image. So this was a method that they employed, I believe, to reduce some of the effects, that fuzziness I mentioned. This now raises another question for me, and I'm going to have to dig a little further later on, but I didn't see at a first reading whether or not the effect they were looking for is a persistent effect, whether it stays. If you do something in the brain and you stop doing it, does the effect linger? Does it stay around long enough for the MRI to see it in a normal scan? This is possibly a method to do that, to reduce that fuzziness that I mentioned, but it comes at a disadvantage where I need to see something cited in this literature that says that whatever electrochemical interaction happened is going to be persistent. It's going to stay long enough for the MRI to pick it up. I'll be rereading this in more depth, so if you found this helpful at all, mash the button to follow along, leave your questions in the comments, and I'll be back with answers. Share this with anyone else who has trouble sleeping. I'm Tom Smoot, biomedical engineer and nonprofit founder, always curious how our bodies work.